The nation is in mourning. The people's president, Dr. Kalam, passed away on Monday evening. The former president's body was brought to the capital today. His mortal remains have now been shifted to his residence in Delhi at 10 Rajaji Marg. Here people from all sections of society are paying tribute to the former president. A lot of members of parliament and senior politicians were seen a few moments earlier, including Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, paying their final tribute to Dr. Kalam. Earlier, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar and the 3 service chiefs were present at the airport at Delhi's Palam Airport to receive Dr. Kalam's mortal remains. The Prime Minister, in fact, broke protocol to receive the body at the airport. A state funeral has been planned for the nation's most popular president at Rameshwaram, which is Dr. Kalam's hometown.
This party leaders, myself, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Sonia Gandhi, and a couple of others are present. And the technical aspects of explosions and Pokhran 2 were explained by Dr. Kalam. And this was really an impressive presentation.
And joining us live from outside 10 Rajaji Marg, where you see those politicians paying their final tribute to Dr. Kalam, is Deputy Editor Brijesh Pandey. But before that, we are also opening our lines to you, the viewers, to ask you what was Dr. Kalam's biggest lesson for India. I believe Mr. Sundar from Chennai is on the phone line. Sundar, go ahead.
I have not lived in the period of Gandhiji, where simplicity was spoken about. But ABJ Abdul Kalam is the person who taught about simplicity. But I never thought he will leave me simply. This is my first quote. Second quote, he is the person who made me to dream high. But I never thought when I have questions about my dream, he will become a dream.
All right, Sundar, thanks for calling in. Clearly, Dr. Kalam has been an inspiration to the common man. You heard Sundar there, who himself sees this as a huge setback. We have Sabri also calling in from Coimbatore. Sabri, go ahead. What is the biggest lesson Dr. Kalam has left back for India?
Kalam has showed what simplicity really is. He is such an inspiration to millions of youth around the world, not only India, around the world. He's given each and every person hope that even though how simple you are, you can rise and you can become a great person in life.
All right, thanks for calling in there. Well, a lot of callers calling and talking about how humble and simple a man Dr. Kalam was. Brijesh Pandey joining us from outside 10 Rajaji Marg, that is the residence of Dr. Kalam. Brijesh, a lot of politicians we see there on our screens paying the final tribute to the people's person, really, Dr. Kalam.
Well, absolutely, Vedika, and just asking the question, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who went and received the body of Dr. Abdul Kalam, he has just visited 10 Rajaji Marg to pay his homage to the departed soul. And apart from him, there's been a lot many politicians of all political parties, be it Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi or Mulayam Singh Yadav and Akhilesh Yadav. They all thronging up to this place to pay their last homage to the departed soul. But Vedika, one of the biggest thing is, if you want really people want to see what kind of people's president Dr. Abdul Kalam was, then you'll have to come here and watch how many people have lined up and they are ready. They want to they're waiting for the 4 p.m. deadline to get over so that they can also go inside and pay their last respect. I mean, the number of people who have assembled here is a real indicator of the fact that how popular Dr. Abdul Kalam was with the masses.
Absolutely, Brijesh, do stay with me. We have another caller, Mr. Rangarajan, I believe, calling in from Pune, and we believe, Mr. Rangarajan, you were a classmate of Dr. Kalam? All right, we seem to have lost the line there, but we'll try and reconnect with Mr. Rangarajan. While speaking to us, he did mention that he was a classmate of Dr. Kalam, but such a simple lifestyle, really, the former president had. But let's go back to Brijesh, who's still with us from outside 10 Rajaji Marg. Brijesh, we believe that the gates will be thrown open to the public also to pay their final tribute to the former president from about 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, absolutely, because due to security measures, there's a massive security cordon which has been put right outside his house so that not to allow too many people to come in near the Rajaji Marg because of security concerns. But the timing of VIP coming and paying the homage to Abdul Kalam will end at 4, and from 4 p.m. onwards, people from all walks of life will be allowed to go inside and pay their last respect to departed late Abdul Kalam. And if you look at the crowd, then that is the real indicator of how popular he was and how he had tapped into the national imagination by the sheer dint of his work and his selfless work and the kind of lifestyle he had. So it's very clear that his popularity is reflecting on the streets which are surrounded by around 10 Rajaji Marg. You can see like hundreds of people waiting for like more than an hour and a half in order to get their time when they can go inside and pay their last respect. Vedika?
Brijesh, do stay with me. A lot of viewers calling in to pay their last respect to the former president. Veena calling in from Karimnagar. Veena, go ahead. Veena, can you hear me? All right, we have another caller, Raja, calling in from Hyderabad. Raja, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you very quickly.
Yes.
Dr. Kalam was supposed to come to a school for a platinum jubilee a few years back. His former colleague, and he was also in our school. And he requested President Kalam to visit our school for the platinum jubilee. It was raining heavily in Bhubaneswar and Berhampur, where our school is. And then, he stayed back in Bhubaneswar. He made it a point the next day to visit a school in Berhampur. It's around 200 kilometers from Bhubaneswar. That's the simplicity, the word, the promise, what he kept to his friend. He came to school. That itself is a big occasion. I just wanted to share with you all.
Well, he had a man with a big heart there. Thanks so much for calling in, Raja. We also have Mr. Jay calling in from Bengaluru.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Dr. Abdul Kalam visited our engineering college in Ooty.
Yes.
At that time, I was principal of the college. And his biggest lesson for India, I feel, is this. Every individual should be humble and simple and pledge to pursue knowledge and work steadfastly throughout her life, and that would be the biggest contribution to the motherland.
Right. Thank you so much for calling in, Mr. Jay there. Well, you can see through our callers how much of an impact Dr. Kalam has had on the people across India, even if he hasn't met them, but his works, his way of speaking, his humbleness has had a huge impact. We also have Bhanu Pratap calling in. Bhanu, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Kalam was one of the biggest role model of mine till date, and all his visionaries will be taken forward, and we as the youth of the nation will make his vision successful.
All right, Bhanu Pratap there. Thank you so much for calling in. And that's something I think we owe to Dr. Kalam, isn't it? Because he's always said that the future of India are its children. He always used to interact with them. He threw open the gates of the Rashtrapati Bhavan for children every week. He used to interact with them and reach out to them all the time. And the little that we can do in return, the children of India can do in return, is live up to his expectations. We also have Mr. Surya Narayan calling in. Mr. Surya Narayan, go ahead.
From Coimbatore.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is a movement where it is irreparable for all the Indians. As a nation of a person, I have no words, because he is not only the greatest person as a scientist, but in other way of around, if you look at it, he is as a human being, his humanity, his class of mingling with people right from the child to the older people. He is living and he will live, and he always lives with everyone until the earth gets destroyed. Because he is a rare person to see in the world who has got such a great quality, not only in his knowledge, his power is behind him, is only because of his humanity ground. There is no word for Abdul Kalam in the history of, dictionary. If you cannot replace for three words. One is human ground, another one is simplicity, the third one, we always have to learn knowledge. Well, I have no words, madam. I have no words. The loss for the entire Indian country, not only the Indian country, I would rather say it is entire world is supposed to say that is the greatest loss, the soul is rest in peace now.
All right, Mr. Suryanarayan, those were heartfelt words coming from you for Dr. Kalam. Rich tribute our viewers here are paying to him. Even if they've met him or not, they are words that are coming straight from their hearts. Veena calling in from Karimnagar. Veena, go ahead.
From Telangana region, madam.
Yes.
Actually, I am very sad today because of the sudden demise of our lovable president. And once he visited Karimnagar and I got inspiration from him. Basically, I am English faculty. I taught visionary teachers and scientists, and because of him, I became the senior most faculty, madam. I cannot forget him. Words fail me to describe how sad I am today.
So you're saying that he was one of your biggest inspirations, Veena? All right, a very emotional Veena there, who's called in. She says that Dr. Kalam was a huge inspiration to her. Mr. Jones also calling in. Mr. Jones, go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I take this privilege, like, I studied in the same college which he passed out, St. Joseph's College, Trichy, and he's an admirable person. I've met him twice. The word which he said that time still is in me, like, work hard and study well, you can succeed in anything. Like, that's what he's made up of. And we Indians are going to miss him a lot.
Mr. Jones, you say you passed out from the same college as Dr. Kalam. Tell us how people in that college remember Dr. Kalam and his legacy.
Like, my professors used to say, like, he was very studious, he was very innovative and all those things. He and writer Sujata were classmates. And it was a great time. I used to walk in the same staircases where he was in his times, and it is a bit hard for me to speak out.
Yes.
Like, we are going to miss him a lot.
Yes, we understand. Mr. Jones, thank you so much for calling in and paying your tribute to Dr. Kalam there. We also have Srinivas calling in from Hyderabad. Srinivas, go ahead.
Yeah, Dr. Kalam is the man of commitment, man of dedication, man of hard work, and man of patriotism. I love his way of working, his humbleness. I am touched by his humbleness. I thank God for creating such a beautiful humankind who has taught us a lot of things. My real tributes to him and to his spirit.
All right, thanks there for calling in, Srinivas. In fact, we are asking our viewers to call in and pay their tribute to Dr. Kalam, who passed away last evening. But let's also just tell you that before he became president and before he took India to new heights of scientific endeavor, Dr. Kalam was a high school student at Ramanathapuram. After his death on Monday evening, the school and hometown have been in mourning. Shisha Reddy gets you the report from the school that shaped Kalam's thinking.
Walk-through போடுறாங்க. ஏன் walk-through போடுறாங்க? As the country mourns the death of India's missile man, the people in the school have more to share. We are at the small town in Ramanathapuram in Tamil Nadu at HS Quartz High School, where APJ Abdul Kalam did his schooling from. A pall of gloom descended at this school and is seen as a black day in the history of school, which is 70 kilometers away from Rameshwaram, that is Abdul Kalam's native place. His simplicity has left an indelible mark in the minds of these children, as once he interacted with them. And the people in this town see this as a loss in their own family, and they've lost the son of the soil. And whenever Abdul Kalam spoke to these students, once when he had visited, these were the two lines that Abdul Kalam told them. And of course, it was an inspiration for him when he was in the school. Let not thy winged days be spent in vain. When gone, no gold can buy them back again. These two lines were been repeatedly told by Abdul Kalam when he was having an interaction with the students of the school. And of course, they see him as a great honor, that they take pride in saying that they studied in the same school as APJ Abdul Kalam did. And he will continue to be an inspiration for the students and future generation too. With camera person Daniel, Srisha Reddy in Ramanathapuram for India Today.
And joining us live now is Srisha Reddy. Srisha, it is It has been rather very tough, 16 to 18 hours for people in Dr. Kalam's hometown. What are the arrangements in place that you know of?
Well, exactly, Vedika. The entire place is mourning. As soon as the news of Kalam's demise broke. But as far as his hometown is concerned, yes, there have been a lot of arrangements that's been made. But however, the final rites will be on Thursday morning, and the body will be arriving tomorrow afternoon, and it will be kept for public homage till late in the evening. So we are right outside his house, and people have been thronging in to this house to talk to people out here and to know, when the final rites will take place, because remember, he has rose from this Rameshwaram place to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and that is something, he has reached the great heights, and that is one of the reasons that he has been an inspiration for people, especially youngsters. And I have a couple of teachers with me. They have come all the way from Hyderabad. They were on a pilgrimage too, but after this they came to know about the news, because they recall meeting Abdul Kalam when he had come to their university.
And Shrisha, I'm going to ask you to speak with them in a moment from now, because we have two callers also on the phone line who've been waiting for a while. Rajesh calling in from Srinagar. Rajesh, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is Dr. Rajesh calling from Srinagar.
Yes.
I had the good fortune to meet him while I was in my medical college in Pune. So he had made all of us promise 3 words that to carry on during our knowledge, sympathy and righteousness. These 3 words have been echoing in our mind throughout my tenure, my profession, while I'm performing my profession. He has been a great inspiration for our fraternity and especially the youth. And I think it will be an irreparable loss for each and every Indian, irrespective of caste, creed and religion.
It is certainly, Rajesh. Thank you so much for calling in. Prem also calling in from Imphal. Prem, go ahead.
I'm from Imphal. My name is Prem and I'm a university student. I had a good chance to meet Sir Kalamji when he was in Imphal for a convocation. And my heartfelt condolence to the late President of India. And with his demise, India lost its most humble and wisdom person ever had. This is a irreplaceable void for the country.
Yes.
And I still remember that 2 house set that he built in the Rashtrapati Bhavan in Manipuri style.
Yes. All right, Prem, thanks so much for calling in. We have Yusra also calling in from Lucknow. Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to give a quick word about Mr. Kalam. I really appreciate he was one of those this country has never had a president like him, and I'm sure will never have one ever again. He connected so well with the youth and truly understood what the children of this country wanted. And there are very few people like him that actually know what the children want. And I truly regret he never ever visited my city, and I know many people that he visited schools and colleges and gave lectures. I truly regret he never came to Lucknow and I never got to witness this true miracle of a person.
Yusra, that was a very emotional and affectionate message that you have left for Dr. Kalam. All right, we have Amit Lahiri also calling in from Kolkata. Amit, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, being a teacher and a profound, being very much linked to studies, I think Dr. Kalam was a great teacher, a real guru in the true sense of the term. We miss him, and really he was an angel. And today I remember, and I will try my best to carry on, to try to put some work to make true his philosophy and ideals and all these things.
Well, he certainly will be a teacher forever. Amit, thanks so much for calling in. We've got Chandrasekhar calling in from Bengaluru. Chandrasekhar, go ahead.
Hello, madam. This is Chandrasekhar.
Yes.
I'm very grateful to APJ Abdul Kalam when he had come to Bangalore on 28 September on inauguration of TISB program and visited Christ University also. I'm deeply regretting my sad demise. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling in there, Chandrasekhar. We have Neela also calling in from Hyderabad. Go ahead.
I'm Nilakanta talking from Hyderabad, and we are all shocked here by the sudden demise of Abdul Kalam ji, and Myself, I am a proud owner of around 50 records in the Limca book, and I've had a meeting scheduled with him this September. I'm very, very sad that I could not have a meeting with him, and that saddens me a lot. Kalamji, we here the youth of the nation will try to forward our efforts, and will make the vision of yours to be successful.
Well, it is certainly a loss for you if you personally didn't meet Dr. Kalam, but I'm quite sure from what we know of the former president, he would have been very proud of you, Neela. Thank you so much for calling in. Dr. Narhari also calling in from Bengaluru. Doctor, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a great loss to the nation, madam, and to the world. He is a great scientist.
Yes.
And I think he is a personality epitomized.
Yes.
Less of ego, less of enmity, less of egalitarian society, and also more of equality, education, excellence, energy and enthusiasm. Yeah, so I think it's a great loss. I think all of us should learn from this personality to be humble and make our sincere contribution to the world.
All right, thank you so much for calling in. Dr. Alex calling in from Pune. Alex, what do you have to say?
Yes. Mr. President was a great personality. He was a simple man who grew up in Rameshwaram and grew to reach Rashtrapati Bhavan. I think all Indians should learn to dream. His biggest message to all of us is learn to dream. And we should, by dreaming and achieving our goals, we should fulfill his dream by making India a developed country by 2020. Thank you.
Absolutely. 2020 is that dream of Dr. Kalam that he's left behind for India to fulfill. Chiranjeevi calling in from Hyderabad. Chiranjeevi, go ahead. Chiranjeevi, can you hear me? All right, we seem to have lost the line there, but if we have Shisha Reddy still with us, we'll try and reconnect with her. Shisha, if you can hear me, you had a few teachers with you who've come all the way to pay their final tribute to Dr. Kalam. All right, we seem to have lost the line there with Shisha Reddy, but we'll try and reconnect with her. But clearly a lot of calls coming in, overwhelming response from our viewers to pay their last tribute to Dr. Kalam. Well, a befitting tribute really to the former president would be to learn from his rich legacy and live by it. Dr. Kalam's first family clearly was India and the Indians of the country. On that note, we slip into a short break. News and updates will continue in moments from now.